Hello and welcome to another episode of Wheel of Horror, the podcast where two best friends spin a wheel every day leading up to a Halloween and discuss it. Today we're talking about 2020's Hubie Halloween, which was directed by Stephen Brill and is on Netflix. I'm your co-host Alec.
I'm Erik.
And we're kicking off another wheel.
Slobber knocker of a movie, too.
Yeah, I know. This is it reminds me of last year when we did Elvira as our first movie of the October wheel, and it's like, well,
it gets you in the spirit.
Yeah, it's a tradition to do like a comedy horror, I guess, now as the first movie. But really quick, just want to mention to everybody, we are not doing 31 in 31 this year. It's just too much. It's not a pandemic anymore,
I would drop dead if we did 31 again. That last year was fun. I'm like proud that we did it. We did it 2 years in a row. 31 days, 31 films. I was watching Rosemary's Baby at like 2 a.m. It was not a good healthy lifestyle, but 13's a good middle ground. Yeah. It's safe. It's 13. Doesn't Freeform have like 13 Nights of Halloween? They can't even handle 31. Or do they do 31?
I think like there's one channel that does like the 60 days of Halloween, and I'm just like, okay,
get out of here.
All right. Yeah, so toning it back to 13. Obviously, we're still going to do Fresh Film Fridays with Justin, and he'll co-host a couple of these episodes too. But 13 episodes, we're going to cover Halloween Ends, a couple other little spooky surprises throughout the rest of the month. But yeah, we think 13 is manageable. Spooky number.
It's a spooky number. It's like a spooky.
It is. It's a spooky number.
Sixes too, but we're not doing 6.
No. We could do 666. We just do an episode every day for like 2.5 straight years. But anyway, so jumping into, the first episode. So Hubie Halloween. This is an Erik selection.
I love this movie.
I want you to convince me why.
It's a children's movie, but it's also a, homage to Adam Sandler movies. And it's nice. Imagine, you had a daughter. Like, I have a daughter now who can't watch Hubie Halloween, but someday I'm going to watch Hubie Halloween with her. And it's going to be special. It's like, oh, you know what a Doyle is? You know what a Doyle is? It's going to be nice, Alec. It's going to be nice.
Okay. Well, you saw this movie before your wife got pregnant and you have a daughter, and you still liked it, so.
I did like it. It was funny. She laughed, too. There's moments where you laugh, but it's forgettable. I'll tell you this. This is my 3rd time watching it, and, if you were to ask me in 20 years, Hubie Halloween, you ever see the movie? I'm like, oh, man, what's that movie? Isn't that with, the Hall Patrol guy with the thermos who's on Halloween? That's all I would remember.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler, hall monitor, thermos, Halloween. Boom. That's it.
Yeah, you're right though when you said it's kind of like a culmination of his career, because I'm assuming is Veronica Valentine and Vicky Valentine, are they like cousins or sisters or whatever?
Veronica Vaughn.
Oh, Vaughn.
Oh no, Vicky Valancourt is the. There's another one too. I think it's Vivian something in Happy Gilmore.
Okay.
I think this is like the 4th or 5th time he's done the double V.
Okay, never mind then. I thought that was a connection, but it is the same actress from Happy Gilmore, the woman from Modern Family.
Right.
But they had the O'Doyle stuff,
They even did the bed sheets are all pissed, because all his characters apparently pissed the bed because I'm not Happy Gilmore, Waterboy pisses his bed, and it's like that's his bed sheet over there with Kathy Bates.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of Rob Schneider's in it. There's just random Adam Sandler-esque things in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I didn't hate it, but you know what it was, man? The second it started and he's riding his bike and that fake vomit came out, I was kind of like, ease me into this a little bit. I was like, we're already kind of going to this kind of level of crazy already. I was like, let's just kind of ease into it a little bit. So I was kind of turned off immediately. And the other thing is the way that the woman from Modern Family, her attitude towards him was so weird that I was like, did I miss something? Why is she already in love with him and all this stuff? And I don't know. It doesn't matter. There's nothing meaning character development in an Adam Sandler movie.
Isn't there another movie, I can't think of it, where the guy's super nerdy and not attractive, and then the woman's in love with him? Oh, I love that, man. What's that movie?
Is it Adam Sandler?
It might not be Adam Sandler, but there's a movie that's on the tip of my tongue where the woman's obsessed with this guy who's you shouldn't be obsessed with this guy, but she's I loved it. Almost Edward Scissorhands-esque. I don't know.
It's every Adam Sandler movie.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, he's just, but anyways, I mean, so it's it's got its moments. It really is a good cast. Every cameo in it, you're just oh, Keenan's in this. Oh, half the SNL cast is in this movie. And honestly, I do think my favorite character was Tim Meadows. I think Tim Meadows was absolutely hilarious with the wig, and his relationship with Maya Rudolph was so funny.
He was funny as hell, dude. That was
Yeah.
so good.
Dude, when he walks up to him and he's like, Hubie, look at you. And he's just like, oh, hey there. How was your night classes going? He's like, I ended it 3 years ago. Shut up. And I dropped out 3 years ago. Shut up.
It was so good.
It had some moments. It was very nice. Like, that's the thing. It's a very kind-spirited movie, kind of.
I mean, they swear a couple times too, which you don't see in a children's movie. This is a children's movie. I feel like I would be okay with my like 9-year-old, 8-year-old seeing this, right? Would you?
Yeah, I would. I mean, it's PG-13, but like, with the exception of the swearing and like, I guess like the Harley Quinn, like kind of like scandalous outfits or whatever, it's not even that bad. But yeah, it's not bad.
Speaking of the Harley Quinn thing, I don't know if you read up on this, but there was a news reporter from Boston. I'd forgot her name, but she got fired for doing this movie.
Oh, that's a real person?
That's a real news anchor from Boston, and she
Oh.
appeared, and she was under contract through a different news network in Boston. They wanted to like make it actually feel like Salem, like she would report Salem news and stuff.
Right.
And she got fired for doing this movie. Look that up, dude. It's crazy.
I believe you, but that's like, why?
That
Yeah.
sucks, but dude, it's so worth it. It's like that's even gonna give me more publicity and stuff, and like who knows?
Huh. It's like when Katie Couric was in Austin Powers Gold Member.
Yeah, but she probably had to like, yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. She was like a corrections officer. It was so random. But you know what, Eric? Why don't you give the synopsis of this film? Just walk the audience through what this is.
So Hubie Dubois loves Halloween safety. I'll rephrase that. Hates Halloween in some ways because he gets scared so easily. He can't do haunted houses. He can't do anything. He's here to protect the people of Salem, which he does in the end of the movie. But his mother is like a witch or something. And at the end of the movie, tries to make a point because everyone makes fun of Hubie, but he's such a nice guy. He wants to protect people. He's always kind, and the mother wants to like seek revenge on the people and the bullies that are mean to her. And at the end of the movie, he saves them, and they still make fun of him. And it's like, don't you get it? Like Hubie, and like it's like I'm just jealous of Hubie because he is himself. And I don't know. That's my synopsis.
Okay.
Terrible synopsis. I'm sorry.
Well, I was gonna say you left out like the major plot points of like Steve Buscemi's his new neighbor who's like.
Well, I gave you the treetop, like Hubie story plot, but
yeah. Well, there's an escaped mental asylum patient who in the beginning breaks out, and which was a really fun nod to Happy Gilmore because you get Ben Stiller as the same like orderly. Remember that?
Loved it.
Yeah, I like that. I did like that. So mental patient escapes, looks kind of like Michael Myers. You're like, oh, what's going to happen? And then his new neighbor moves in, Steve Buscemi, and you think he's a werewolf. So you're like, what is going on in this town? But yeah, so Salem is a big part of it. Obviously, like you said, the mom is a witch at the end, we find out. And they sprinkle in little details about the history of witches throughout the movie and stuff like that. But I did like it how it was filmed in Salem and a lot of the surrounding areas.
It was filmed in 2019, pre-pandemic, too. So that's why this was all, like, why aren't these people wearing masks and stuff? No, for real. But they filmed in 2019. And that Salem Witch Museum with the wax figures and stuff, I've been to that. And been there with Kelly Harper, who's been a guest in the show. And I've gone a bunch to Salem. I love Salem. And it's so cool that they're doing more Salem movies. Obviously, Hocus Pocus 2 as well just came out. So that's kind of cool.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing. I don't really know a lot of like movies that were filmed in Salem, but I looked it up because I was like, they better have done this. If this is filmed in like Burbank, I'm gonna be
Salem.
pissed.
It's Salem.
Yeah, it is. So I was like, that's cool. I like that. But yeah, Adam Sandler, man, it's funny because like, in the past few months, I've watched a couple of his movies, and Hustle was one that's like really good. Like, I'm not a sports guy, and I was seriously like, this is a good movie. Adam Sandler's a really good actor, and then you see him in this, and you're like, these came out like back to back. It's just funny.
That's what's great. He can be serious, and it's range, dude, and that's what's fun.
No, I like that. And it's even funnier when you go on Netflix and you type in HU and they both pop up. It's like Hubie Halloween and Hustle.
So true.
And they're right next to each other, and you're just like, do you want to watch a Academy Award performance, or do you want to watch like and he's got like a mustache. And he pisses his pants and stuff. I don't know. I mean, you're right though. Like Adam Sandler is an anomaly. He's like a Robin Williams almost at this point.
Yeah, and I like when I watch movies that he's in now. Like Grown Ups, like everyone gives that shit. Grown Ups 2 especially. But it looked like it was a lot of fun to make, and I think that's cool. I mean, even 50 First Dates and what's the other one he did in Hawaii with Brooklyn Decker?
Oh yeah, I actually like that. Just go with it.
That just looked like Adam Sandler was on vacation with his family in Hawaii, like his actual family, and just filmed a movie like on the side.
Yeah, I mean, his family's in this. His kids are the adopted foster children or whatever of Julia Bowen. So they're in it, and then his wife is the news anchor who's like going around, on the streets or whatever. So his family's in this too, and yeah, dude. I mean, everybody is his friends. Kevin James is his friend. I mean, all of these actors from SNL. So
I can see like a year before this they made this movie, like Adam Sandler's daughter comes down the stairs. Is like, Dad, I really want to go to Salem, Massachusetts. It's like, oh, that's really far and it probably costs a lot of money. I don't know. It's like, Dad, I really want to go to Salem and check out the museum and check out New England. It's like, all right, let me call Judd and see if we can make a movie while we're out there. Like, like pretty much, dude. Like,
I mean, seems like it. I don't know, but he's from that area. I think he's from New Hampshire, so like he's from New England. He probably
oh
wants
yeah,
to.
you gotta come back.
Yeah, but I don't know. Listen, I don't like to hate on Adam Sandler, but this felt long. This felt longer than a lot of his other movies, and I don't know. Like growing up, I loved obviously Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison. I mean, I think my favorite one of his is Wedding Singer. I think it's just like a good movie and it's funny. But this one, it goes into that Jack and Jill like childish kind of stuff where I don't know, it just doesn't work for me at this age. It doesn't work for me like Waterboy did.
Oh, this is way better than Jack and Jill. Way better.
But you know what I mean? It's like lumped into. It's like the middle ground, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it's the middle ground of a serious comedy movie like Happy Gilmore, which is, I mean, it's not serious either, but it's hard to do that because those '90s Adam Sandler movies were so iconic, and plus you had Chris Farley and a lot of other things.
Yeah.
But yeah, these new movies, I mean, they're fast paced. They're so fast paced, and that's a problem with why they're kind of forgettable because they don't breathe. And
yeah,
I mean, I know for a fact, 10 years, you're gonna ask me like, you remember Hubie Halloween? I'm gonna be like, the Thermos, Hall Monitor, Halloween, Salem movie with Adam Sandler. That's all. I'm not gonna remember a single line. I'm not gonna.
But like, all right, so sorry to interrupt you, but to that point, like, think about this. Billy Madison, you can explain the whole movie in like a sentence.
I mean, maybe it's because I'm old and I don't watch it over and over and over again like I did Billy Madison. I can quote Billy Madison better than the Constitution.
I mean, you probably can.
You can too, probably.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I know. Seriously, no. But what I'm saying is, like, this movie, you're right. It's like, okay, so it's a guy that doesn't like Halloween, but he has to be like the Halloween monitor, and he has a crush on this girl, and like she's dating the old cop, and then there's a werewolf, and then there's a guy moving in, and his mom's a witch. Like, there's so much going on.
But wait, what about the Thermos?
And the Thermos too, sure. But like Happy Gilmore, it's like, okay, guys, grandma's gonna lose the house. He discovers he's actually really good at playing golf, and he's got this weird swing, and he wins the tournament. That's the movie.
But he also has the hockey stick golf club, which is kind of cool. So
right, exactly. But like that's what I'm saying. Like they're simple concepts, where this one there's so much going on that like you don't know really what to grasp to, and all you really remember is the character, kind of.
Yeah, and there's a lot of plot points that happen just nonchalantly. So if you were to see this in theaters, which I saw this on Netflix streaming in 2020 in October, and I can imagine you go to the bathroom in the theater and the movie's ruined.
Really?
Because it's like, what happened? It's like, oh yeah, the grandma's the killer. It's like, what? Like, or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll.
Yeah, I'm not saying like what happened. It's like, oh, Sophie had to make a choice and he chose like, yeah, like you imagine like,
yeah, it's like, yeah, you missed big.
Wait, who'd she choose? What child did Sophie choose? It's like, oh, dude, you missed the whole thing. That's like the movie.
Oh God, yeah, this movie doesn't have those. It doesn't have a Sophie's Choice moment. But yeah, I mean, we were talking about it earlier too. We were like texting. Like Ray Liotta was really good.
All right. So there's, we never do this. But we texted back and forth a little bit while you were watching this movie. We never do that. We're like, I want to hear a word of your thoughts. And you texted me one of the lines you laughed at was at the end when they're all on the stake or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's Maya Rudolph saying like, "You look like someone who doesn't have sex too often." And he's like, "Yes, ma'am," or like you said it better.
Yeah, she was just like, "Now Hubie doesn't look like a man who's had a lot of sex throughout his life." He's like, "No, ma'am." It was very like Waterboy, like Bobby Boucher, but it was just the way he said it. I was like, all right, Adam Sandler, you got me.
But anyway, back to Ray Liotta. I love the scene when he's walking out of the haunted house. He's like, oh my God, this was so fun. It's like, it almost makes me forget about me burying my father today. I just think he nailed that line. Like, you wouldn't be going to a haunted house the night you buried your dad. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. He's got the clown wig on. He's like, what's your name? He's like, Chantel. Like, okay.
This
is
a 6-year-old man calling someone Hubie and just like
Yeah.
bullying someone to no end, and he's about to bury his father. It's so like it's stupid but funny. Come on.
It is. It has those one-liners that make it good, but I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to shit on it. I really don't. Like it.
No, you can't. You can't shit on a movie like this. It shits on itself, and it does a good job.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, is there? Did you have a favorite part? Was there a favorite part
I
for
mean,
you?
favorite part. I mean, I like when he does the Halloween like safety thing in front of the school with like the pissed bed sheets. Like
Yeah.
that was cool. I'm trying to think other. I just him like getting scared of things all the time. It just makes me laugh. Like Adam Sandler freaking out when like anything scares him.
I like the scene too where he's in the school or whatever, and the principal's just like, "Hey, hey, hey!" Like he's like the principal like doesn't care. He's on his phone or whatever. Like that was
Yeah.
kind of
Oh,
funny.
did you notice this? A little fun fact: the mayor, the guy who was like, "We can't cancel the festivity." He's wearing pretty much the same jacket as the mayor in Jaws.
I did. I did.
Yeah, I
notice
read
that.
that. I didn't pick that up myself. I read that online, but I thought that was kind of cool.
And Kevin James is kind of like, "We're shutting down Halloween." Like it's kind of like similar to
I kind of
Jaws.
wish they did that with Jaws 2, where like Roy Scheider in Jaws 2 is now the mayor, but they got the same mayor in Jaws 2. Not to get into that, but
Yeah, I love that guy's the mayor.
that guy, he's like, "Oh, we're not gonna close the beach again." So you remember what happened last time? Like you're still the mayor after all that scandal, like in Jaws 1.
Yeah, I love that actor that played the mayor in Jaws though. I really do.
But it ends with Hubie becoming the mayor, and I was like, "Oh, that's what Jaws should have done in the sequel, or that's how I don't know. I like that. I like that idea."
Eh. Let me pitch this to you, and I want to know what your thoughts.
Okay, okay. Ooh, ooh.
Now, obviously, like we've seen the movie now. It's like, okay, it's fun, it's fun, it's fun. Do you think this would have worked better as an animated film like Eight Crazy Nights?
No, just because the facial expressions are so much funnier in this movie. It's so
Hmm.
hard to capture that in animation, and I like Eight Crazy Nights, but this is clearly like you have to have the facial expressions of the grandma with the boner donor shirt and stuff. Which I gotta find that shirt. That's pretty hilarious. But like, just the facial expressions make this movie.
Yeah, and I just thought of it because I was just kind of like, this one's so all over the place. There's werewolves. There's so much going on that maybe they could animate
Oh
it.
wait! One more favorite part. I forgot about this. When Steve Buscemi and Roy Scheider are on the bench in the police station or whatever, and he's like, "So what have you been up to since you got out?" I was like, "Yeah, just pissing on things." And I thought that was really funny. Like, I mean, say what you say about Rob Schneider, but that was pretty good.
Yeah, no, they're in. He was actually pretty tame. He's usually like some
Yeah.
crazy character that
I
like,
mean, he played a mental asylum patient, but
but he still is kind of tame. Like
Keenan was great in this too. When that scene when like they show like the flashbacks of Hubie like breaking into the police station in disguise, he's like, "I didn't recognize him." Like,
yeah. Yeah. So that's the thing. Like they had a really good cast. So like a couple of the lines like
it was
really do
good.
land.
It was good. That was good. And then all another flashback scene when they're all in the stakes and he's like flashing back to all the times they bullied him throughout the movie, and he's just like on a toilet and the kid like scares him and he spills coffee. It's like, come on, this movie's so stupid.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again. I'm gonna watch it tonight. Why not?
Oh my God. No, I mean, well, I like the costumes. I like obviously all the decorations. Like, because I guess like Salem really is like the Halloween capital of like the world.
Yeah,
Really.
yeah, and I recommend now that the pandemic's over, if you're going to Salem, it's a little late in the season right now because man, you can barely walk around that place. You have to go early October, late September, because man, does it get so packed. We made the mistake of going like around this time of year, and just the streets. It's cool still, but like you're bumper to bumper walking into people.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason though. I mean, Halloween. Halloween's the biggest in America, like hands down.
I don't know where it's bigger. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody I've ever spoken to that's lived in other countries, they're like, "Nah, we kind of just do it because you guys do it. Like it looks cool."
Mexico has the Day of the Dead, which is different but similar. But
Yeah, that's true. That's like a dressing up, but it's not like the same. I mean, it's so commercialized in America, but it's fun. It's a cool, fun event or whatever. So this movie really captured that spirit. So I did like that.
from everything from like the corn maze, like and it pulls out and it's a jack-o'-lantern corn maze. They
Yeah.
did a lot of good Halloween traditional things. So I
Yeah.
liked it.
You know what's really good is when they're going trick or treating, and like everybody's always seen this is like the bowl of candy. It's like, please take one or whatever. And the girl, like, she sits there for a second, and then she like takes the second one, and immediately Adam says, like, I'm gonna stop you right there, and like comes out. And I was like, all right,
Yeah, like he's a hall monitor, pretty much. They never really say that too much, but yeah.
He wears the little monitor satchel or whatever the hell that thing is around his chest.
Captain Halloween safety for sure.
Yeah. Oh, and then they also had the lady from Billy Madison, where she's like, "If peeing your pants is cool, I'm Miles Davis." Like it was kind of like a
Yeah,
nod to that.
was it? No way. She. I know she would live to like. I know she's old or was old. I think she lived past. Yeah,
No, I don't think it's her.
if it is, God.
No, that was like.
Oh my God. All right. Google, pull it up. Let's see.
All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Let's
I'll
see.
tell you who did it. It was
Oh.
that damn Sasquatch.
Oh my God, Billy Madison's playing in a theater right now near me.
Are there any horse socks? Is anybody listening to me?
Here we go, IMDb. All right, all right.
I'm gonna say this. I think she was over 100 when she passed away.
Well, it's the exact same writers as Hubie Halloween that did Billy Madison, so it's Adam Sandler and Tim Hurley.
Felt like it. Felt like it. Gladys O'Connor was her name, and she was 108
Is she still alive?
when she passed away. No, she passed away in 2012. She was born in 1903. I remember looking this up and being like, I know for a fact this lady's over 100. 108. God bless her. I mean,
Okay, so it's not the same lady.
that's amazing. That's amazing. If they got her in this movie, she'd be like 125.
Well, I'm sure like they went to a casting office. So like, do you have any over 100-year-old actors? And like, we do actually. We have like two. So I bet they got her. But for this one,
Yeah.
I just thought it was a similar character. The lady that's like, I'm asexual, and even I want to jump on that, or like whatever.
To do, and even in the Wedding Singer with the guy who was like, sorry, I used to be much stronger. Remember that guy? Yeah, like he loves getting old people to say these crazy lines and stuff, which is so funny.
Yeah, it is fun. And if you want to say God bless her, the mom, dude, she was born in 1929.
Yeah.
She's 97. I mean, I'm sorry, 93.
So cool.
Well, you gonna say it?
What? Pride of Connecticut?
No, God bless her.
Oh, I mean, God bless her too, but she's God bless her. Of course. God bless her. God bless
Jesus,
her.
Eric,
What?
she's 93.
I don't know what you're going at. I thought you were like saying like, is she from Connecticut? I don't know what you're going for. God.
No, if somebody we cover in a movie is over 90, you got to say God bless her. That's the rule.
Yeah. God bless her.
God bless her.
But two actors. Well, I'll say this: Ray Liotta passed away, so rest in peace, Ray Liotta. Very young, but also Cameron. I believe it's Boyce.
Yeah, he was in the Grown Ups.
Grown Ups 2. He was in The Descendants. Passed away at the age of, geez Louise, was he only 20? That's insane.
Yeah, he was really young.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in this movie. I don't know what character. I'm assuming it's the kid from Stranger Things in the Tin Man suit, but I don't know which character he was going to play. But very sad. And they dedicated this movie to him because he was going to be in it.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I didn't really know who he was, but I saw at the end when they did the whole ending, and I looked him up, and yeah, I didn't really know much about him, but yeah, that's scary.
Yeah, and that's Adam Sandler, man. He's surrounded by people that just pass away too young too. Like a lot of his movies, like Chris, Ray. I mean, I'm sure he's just like surrounded by people that's like, oh man, like it's a lot, Heavy heart for sure.
It just, I don't really, I mean, Ray Liotta was really young too. It's just weird. There's still not like a release of what happened to him.
All I've read is that he passed away in his sleep filming a movie in, I believe, the Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
No foul play. I don't think any drugs were involved. I mean, I know Ray Liotta was a drinker and a partier back in the day, but I don't see that.
I mean, that's the thing. Even this, and he did a movie like a year ago. I saw him and I was like, he doesn't look good.
He looked good in this,
like,
didn't he? That was 20... this is 19, so this is 2019 when he filmed it, probably. So
he just looks like he's got a lot of miles on him. He doesn't look like he doesn't look like bad, like he's out of shape or anything. He just looks like, I don't know, like his insides are just like we're struggling.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but that's a sad loss for sure this year.
I mean, it's been a weird year, but yeah. Overall, though, I mean, if you had to rank this movie, if you had to give it out of 10, I guess, I don't know, do you want to put it on, like, the actual Halloween scale, or do you want to put it on, like, the little kid Halloween scale?
On a children's movie scale, I'll give it an 8. As a movie I will watch, I'd give it a 6.5.
Okay.
I think it's a great children's movie. It's a great movie to watch with your kids. I think that's what's cool about it. And you'd laugh about it with your kid and like say, oh yeah, he made a movie when I was a kid. And I know who a Doyle is. You don't even know. Like,
yeah. Who would the equivalent of that be today? Like if you were like, sit down with your parents and be like, and they made a movie, what would the equivalent be? Like Jackie Gleason?
Like if I was to watch a movie with my parents and like when I was a kid and they're like, you don't even know, you don't even get it.
It's like no, so like imagine when your parents were kids, there was a comedian who was starting his career, and then he did a culmination, movie when they were 30, and then they tried to show it to you. Who would that be? Like
Steve Martin probably, I think, would be a good.
he started his career in the 70s, didn't
But
he?
I mean, SNL years,
Yeah.
like John Belushi stuff. I don't know, like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
My dad watched when he was in high school, college. So I don't know children's movies though.
Because I just don't think like comedians had as much longevity as they do. Like Adam Sandler has been a like household name since like 1995,
Yeah,
pretty much.
but he's got a spectrum of films too, from comedies to serious films to adult comedies, children comedies, like crazy comedies even. So and then there's Click, which is in a world of its own. I'm joking. That's good.
It's not that bad. Now, I think his first real departure from comedy that was really good was Punch Drunk Love, which was directed by Paul Thomas Anderson,
saw
who did
that.
Boogie Nights,
Never
which
saw
Eric
that.
doesn't like. Which Eric doesn't like Boogie Nights.
I'm not obsessed with Boogie Nights. You're like, oh my god, I'm so obsessed with Boogie Nights.
Yeah, you just fast forward to the end and look at Mark Wahlberg's dick and then sign off.
Yeah, I do. At the 2-hour, 27-minute, and 4-second mark.
Just fast forward.
You tell me I'm wrong though. 2 hours, 27 minutes, 4-second mark. That's the whole movie right there.
Somebody's gonna look that up.
Do it. Like 2 hours, 27 minutes, 4 seconds. Tell me I'm wrong.
All right, I'll follow up with you on the next episode. We'll see if it's true. Yeah, I guess for kids movies, I would give this like a 7. You know,
Okay, that's fair.
it's weird. I like Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers better than this.
I give it
like
an
those.
8. You give it a 7. Okay.
Okay. And then for like me actually watching this and sitting down and wanting to watch it, like probably like a 5.
Okay. So we're not too far off. I'm not like rating this 9/9 down.
If you gave this a 9, I'd be like, Eric, what
This
happened?
is the best thing Adam Sandler's ever done.
Oh my god. It did get nominated for a few Razzies. I don't know if
Yeah.
it won, but what are you gonna do? They also gave Bruce Willis a Razzie. It's very in poor taste Razzies.
Yeah. Razzies are just bullies.
Guess-
Let's be real. They're bullies.
Yeah, I know. Leave Bruce Willis alone. Well, Eric, I don't know. You want to spin the first wheel, see what our next movie's gonna be?
It feels good to be doing this again, man. It feels good. Ready? "13 Ghosts."
See, it would have been cool if this was the first one, because it would have been like 13 Days of Halloween, 13 Ghosts.
Is this the movie about the 13 like Thai kids stuck in a cave that they get out and like is it Mark Wahlberg gets them out? Is it Mark Wahlberg in them? It was like, oh, that's 13 Lives.
Oh my god, no.
You remember that story about the kids in the cave and the water's rushing in and they're like, we gotta get these kids out of here. Yeah, so it's kind of like 13 Ghosts, but they all made it out, so there's no ghosts.
Yeah, no, this movie's, I don't really remember it, but, the reviews aren't great, but we'll see. I feel like Justin's going to love it, because you're not going to be here tomorrow. Justin's going to fill
Love
in for the next 2 days, and then you'll be back with whatever we decide on that third day.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome.
all right. Well, everybody, thank you very much for listening into our episode today. We will see everybody tomorrow with 13 Ghosts.
Get your pumpkin spice.